Hello, this is Robert. I'm a tax attorney, and we're going to discuss IRS certified mail letters and appropriate responses. So the IRS sends letters by USPS certified mail because it's required to for certain letters. Some of those letters may also start a certain time period that legally needs to pass in order for the IRS to take an action. For example, the filing of a tax lien. The IRS just needs to send the notice to your last known address. It's up to you to keep your address up to date by filing returns or filing a change of address with the IRS. Now we'll go over 7 of the common letter types you will get as certified mail from the IRS. Okay, number 1, we'll go over the CP 504 notice, which is an amount due notice. It tells you that you owe some money, and it also means your case is getting close to going into collections with the IRS. And how do you respond to this? Well, you get your case into a status that's considered in compliance. The best option for people that do qualify is often offer in compromise, and we'll have some information linked on that below. Second one we'll go over is the CP 90 notice, also known as your final notice of intent to levy. And it basically states that within 30 days from the date on the letter, the IRS will actually proceed with collection action. That means trying to garnish your wages, levy your bank accounts, and do all that. Now, sometimes they're successful on the first round, sometimes they're not. And how do you respond to that? Well, get your case into a proper status, just like you would for the CP 504. And again, in most cases, if offer in compromise is a possibility, that's typically the best option you can go with. And we'll have links on that information below. Number 3, a CP 2000 Underreporter Inquiry. The IRS has gotten some information that does not match what's shown in your tax return. A good example would be you're issued a 1099 and you did not include that 1099 in the total gross income on your tax return. And how do you respond to a CP 2000 letter? Well, depends on what they're asking for. Sometimes it's really easy and you just need to show proof of whatever it is, and it's pretty clear in the letter what you need to do. Other times it's kind of complex, and if that's the case, you might want to hire someone to handle it for you. Number 4, notice of deficiency. Now, these are sent after an audit or a CP 2000 is done, and there's not a reached agreement with the IRS. So they're saying you owe this additional amount of money. Now, how to respond to a notice of deficiency? Well, if you think the IRS is in the wrong, you can file for tax court, and you've got so much time to do that. And the reality on tax court is it sounds really scary, but the smaller cases are kind of handled more like a small claims court type case. So even if you can't afford someone to do the case for you, it may be worth taking a shot at tax court. And the vast majority of tax court cases actually settle before they even actually go to court. Number 5, notice of filing federal tax lien. Now you're going to get this by certified mail, and it basically states the IRS is filing a lien to secure their interest against your property. And the most common thing it's going to show up on is real estate that you own. Now for this notice, you're usually not doing a direct response, you're doing something to resolve your tax debt. Now if you owe less than $25,000 and you enter into what's called a streamlined installment agreement, and we'll have some information on that link below, you will get the release of the lien after it's paid on for a little while. If you owe an amount you just totally cannot afford, if you get an offer in compromise accepted, which settles the tax debt for less, the lien also will get released. Number 6, tax return questions. Now, most certified mail tax return questions are the more important tax return questions. There's other questions they may send by regular mail, so not all tax return questions are going to come by certified mail. Now, how do you respond to tax return questions? Well, depends on what it is. If it's really difficult, you might want to hire somebody to handle it for you. You may want to also ask the tax preparer that prepared it about it, and they might be able to assist you. But if it's a super simple response and some basic information you can provide the response. But do send your response by certified mail as well with return receipt. Number 7, innocent spouse relief determination. So the IRS is sending their determination on an innocent spouse relief request. It may be in your favor or not in your favor, and that will determine the response you will send. Now, if it's not in your favor and you think you need to do something about it, filing for U.S. tax court is what you're supposed to do. Some cases might be a little easier. Maybe you want to try it yourself. Some cases are more complex, and you're probably going to want to hire help to do that for you. Now, most cases in U.S. tax court do settle before they ever get to a trial. Number 8, processing delay on your refund. So the IRS is just telling you that your refund is delayed. And the reason typically they're delaying it is because they think you might owe on other tax years. The response on these depends on your later result. Maybe the IRS comes out in your favor and sends you your money. Then you don't need to do anything. You might get a correction and they might be right about something on one of your other tax returns, or maybe you didn't file and then you filed and you did owe, and there's really not much to do about it. Other times they could be completely wrong and you want to come up with some type of response regarding the situation and resolve it. Or if it's complex, hire someone to help you with it. Thanks for watching our guide on IRS certified mail letters. If you'd like to get help from one of our expert tax attorneys to resolve your case, call us at 888-515-4TAX. That's 888-515-4829. You can also go to trp.tax/start or click the link below. If you're doing your case yourself, you may want to check out our free tax help guide at trp.tax/tax help, and that's also linked below. Have a great week.